Okay, welcome to the frame-by-frame animation. This is your second, what should be your second exercise, depending on what order you've done. Again, this week we have the simple properties exercise with the three boxes, and this one is a little bit different. This is called frame-by-frame animation, and it's a particularly different way of animating. And in this case, we're going to animate directly on the stage. What we're going to go over here is going to become important later when we make movie clips. That are basically symbols that have timelines in them. The concepts, though, kind of specific to frame by frame here, are going to come in handy. The concepts will come in handy later. So let's head into this. Again, I sort of skipped steps 1, 2, and 3. We opened up Flash Animation ActionScript 3.0 file. It says choose the brush tool. Just as an aside, you can have your tools like this or like this. I like to have my tools like this for exercise so I can see my brushes down here. If you have your tools like this or long ways, sometimes these brush tools disappear off the side of or the bottom of the frame here. So let's head into this. It says choose the brush tool. Brush tool is right here. Okay. And it says choose a mid-sized brush at the bottom of the toolbox. Here's the brush size. Okay, so we can choose a mid-sized brush there. Okay, it says we want to. Set the stroke color to none and the fill color to black. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to choose a black fill color there. Okay, and it says draw a stick figure. Face and torso directly on the stage while leaving room for the arms and legs. This is important. We don't want to draw the entire thing. We just want to draw the thing that's going to basically carry through the entire animation. Okay, so you'll see our wonderful stick figure. Okay, so we left room for the arms and legs, and now it says insert a keyframe via control-click at frames numbers 5, 10, and 15. And it says not a blank keyframe, but a keyframe. And the difference is if we go up here and we control-click and we create a keyframe, it takes with us that stuff, okay, that was already there. If we inserted a blank keyframe, it would carry over that drawing all the way up until frame 4, and then it would insert a blank. We want to take this with us, so it says insert a keyframe for 5, 10, and 15. Okay, so we have 15 frames here, all containing the sort of basics of our little man here. Okay, now it says click on frame number 1, where that first keyframe is, and it says choose your brush tool again and draw the legs and arms in a standing position. So we're drawing a jumping jack guy. That's our frame-by-frame animation. So sort of imagine the sort of what we'll call the standing position. So we're just going to draw legs and little arms. Okay. Now it says choose frame number 5, where there should be a keyframe, and choose your brush tool again. In this case, it's just going to contain, and I'll pull my playhead here, you see our drawn with standing position is all the way up to there. Now once we get to frame 5, we kind of have a blank slate again that lets us sort of see just this portion of the what we've drawn there. So it says step 12 here, choose your brush tool again and draw the arms and legs moving midway up the body. There's going to be 4 steps, it says, up to the top of the jumping jack. Okay, so this one will go like slightly out more. We're just starting our jumping jack. Okay. And it says repeat for keyframes 10 and 15, with frame 15 ending with the arms above the head and the legs outstretched. Okay, so our jumping jack is getting sort of wider and wider. Let's go about right here now. And then for 15, we're going to go all the way up. Okay, we can pull our playhead back and you sort of see our jumping jack happen. Okay, now a little sort of pause here, and this is sort of what steps 14 through basically the rest of it detail, is that this jumping jack goes up, 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 excuse me. Now we want to go down basically back to the beginning. I always sort of encourage sort of efficiency. No reason to sort of draw that again. We can basically take step 10 and put it in frame 20. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to put step 5 in frame 25. That will sort of get us back going down in our jumping jack. So this is what steps 14 basically through steps 23 detail. Okay, so I'm going to do one of them, and then I'm going to probably pause the video and sort of show the ending here. So it says go to frame 20 and control click, and this time we're going to insert a blank keyframe. Okay, and I'm going to talk about why here in a second. I'm going to insert the blank keyframe. Okay, and then it says go to frame 10, okay, which is going to be this step in the jumping jack, and it says choose edit select all. Okay, so we're going to go to edit select all, okay, and choose edit copy, okay, and then go back to frame 20, which is a blank keyframe. It doesn't contain anything, and here is where we need to do something very important. It says step 18, go to frame 20, which should make the stage appear blank, which it does here. It says choose edit paste in place. We want to put this thing back down basically where it came from. Paste in place means put it where it was copied from. So I'm going to paste in place there. Okay, so now you should see sort of up, 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 all the way to the top, and starting to go back down. Okay, I'll just finish this, might as well. It says go to frame 25. We're going to do the same. Insert a blank keyframe. Let's go to frame 5. Okay, edit, select all, edit, copy, go to frame 25, and edit, paste in place. Okay, now we don't necessarily have to do the last step, basically because it's going to go back to that first step, and I want to sort of explain what I mean by this. Flash, as you can probably tell, when it gets to the end or the last frame in an animation, it goes back to the beginning. So our beginning is basically frame 1 here. Okay, the only thing we need to do is potentially add a frame here that basically lets this last step sort of live for a second, in this case 5 frames. If we didn't do that, it would just sort of show for 1 frame, and that would look a little too fast. Okay, so I am going to save this, and I'm going to save it as David Luke _ frame by frame. And since I saved it, I can now test it. And there's our little jumping jack guy. Okay. Obviously, you can tell that depending on the sort of detail between the frames, this was sort of a 4-step jumping jack. If you were to, and that's the only requirement, that's what I want you to do for this exercise. If you were to add more steps, that's going to look far more fluid. If you have less frames in between the steps, it's going to happen faster. Okay, so keep that in mind as we move towards eventually movie clips, which are going to be kind of versions of this that we're going to use in the main timeline. So save as, we did that, named it frame by frame, test it, and then you're handing in the SWF. Okay, so those 2 exercises are for this week, and yeah, that's it for the videos.